Yes, good morning, class. I'm Kiria Solomon, a technical trainer in quantity survey, and take you through. I'll take you through the building works mostly in the foundations. Today, I would want us to look on foundations, the types of foundations, different types of foundations, and also the advantages and disadvantages of the different types of foundations, and the factors to consider in choosing the best foundation to fit in a different situation. So first of all, I would like to explain the word foundation. That means it is a part of a structure that passes the load from the building to the ground, and it is the link. It is actually the link between the building and the earth, thus ensuring that the weight distribution from the top of the building to the ground level is very much even. So there are different types of foundations that we can classify them in two, where you can say that they are shallow foundations and deep foundations. So in shallow foundations, these foundations are ideal when the soil near the surface has enough strength and stiffness to support the loads of the structure. They are widely used in the residential and light commercial and some low-rise industrial structures. The examples of these foundations include, but not limited to, the stepped foundations, the stripped open footing foundations, and the rest. So we're gonna look on some of the advantages, where one, they are cost effective and simple, and they do not require much excavation and need only few materials, helping reduce the construction costs. They also have their own disadvantages, since they require little or less excavation. So they can incur damage to changes to social conditions, such as variation in moisture. So when there is a lot of waterlogging, they can cause some disadvantages. Again, they are not ideal for heavy structures, thus those with significant load bearing requirements. So heavy structures like those who have high rises, they cannot accommodate them. So we look at the second class of the foundations. The term is the deep foundation. These deep foundations, they are the type of foundation that are ideal for weak or compressible upper soil layers. They are used to transfer the building load to the deep part of the ground where there is a stable soil. They are mostly used for tall buildings, bridges, and marine structures. Examples include the pile foundations, the raft or the mud foundations, the pad foundations, the grillage foundations, the combined footing foundations, and the floating beams foundations, where the floating beams are conjunction used with the pile to form a foundation that is called the floating beam. So they got some advantages. They provide a greater stability for structure built on poor soils and areas with high water tables. And number two, we can resist uplift forces from wind or seismic activity better than shallow foundations. The disadvantages also include that they are complex, they are very much expensive, the installation requires special equipment and techniques. Their mistakes in installation can be costly to repair. So those are some of the deep foundations that we have. You can add another one on your list. And now let's look on factors involved in choosing the best foundation in a building. Factors involved. So the factor number one is the topography, location ranging from the scope of the area. The topography, how does the area look? Is it very slopey? Is it very flat? Is it hilly? But two, the weather conditions of the area. How is the weather in that particular location. How is it? Number 3, how are the soil bearing capacities? Are they enough? Can you choose a shallow foundation or a deep foundation in that area? Is the soil bearing capacity, is the top layer, the structure able to accommodate the building? Number 4, the history of the area and previous uses. The history of the areas. Some areas like Kino, Kiambu region is very prone to settlement of houses. To this reason, any developer who would want to develop in these areas should be very much careful and check on the soil conditions of that area and choose the appropriate type of foundation you should choose before implementing any project in that region. And number 3, the groundwater table. How far below the surface of the ground